There is a dedicated audio panel that you can use to work with your audio tracks. Whenever you're previewing audio, these meters show you how loud the audio is. For example, I'll press period on the keypad. The general goal with audio is to be as high on these meters as possible without this very top bar blinking red. If that top bar blinks red, that means there's a chance that you're overloading or distorting the audio, and you might need to reduce its level. Now, audio has an unusual system of controlling its power. It's not like a 0 to 100% scale. It's in a system called decibels, which is a power-based scale, not a linear scale. When you have an audio track selected, you can actually change its level by dragging on these controls inside the audio panel. If I pull them down, the audio will be significantly quieter. You could barely hear that. Or if you drag it up just a little bit, it'll be significantly louder. And you can see I was hitting these little red dots here, which means the audio is too loud, and I want to pull it down. You can go ahead and use this slider. You can control the left and right channels independently if you want to, or you can edit values numerically. Now, 0 actually means no change. 0 in audio is the equivalent of 100% scale or 100% opacity. Again, I told you audio is a little bit different to deal with. If you want to completely silence an audio track, you don't set it to 0, you actually set it to a value of minus 96 decibels. That's silence in 16-bit resolution audio. But to set it back to unity, no change, we'll go to 0 again. You can change these levels in the audio panel, or even in the timeline panel, select your audio track and press L. That will also reveal audio levels with a parameter you can scrub. Now you'll notice that there is an animation stopwatch for audio levels. However, I highly recommend you don't keyframe audio levels. Since it is a power-based system, the way that it fades up and fades down in between keyframes, the way After Effects interpolates audio, just sounds funky. The fades don't sound right to the ear. They rush up and they rush down. If you need to actually animate your audio levels, for example, to fade an audio track in or out, instead, I recommend using Effect Audio Stereo Mixer. Stereo Mixer now has the very common 0 to 100% you're used to from, say, opacity, scale, etc. You can go ahead and keyframe 0 to silence, 100% to normal, above 100 to scale up the audio, potentially distorted, back down to 0 for silence. I reserve audio levels just to balance audio tracks against each other, make things louder, make things quieter, maybe raise the level of dialogue and lower the level of music so dialogue is more intelligible. But if I need to do fades, I will keyframe the stereo mixer effect instead. And by the way, there are indeed other audio effects that I won't be bothering to go into. A lot of these just create kind of funky little things like modulator creates warbling sounds, flange and chorus comes from typical guitar processing sound. I personally find that the very simple, very humble bass and treble is all I need most of the time in After Effects. Maybe make a voice more intelligible by increasing its treble. Maybe reducing rumble in a room from a truck outside or the air conditioning system by reducing the bass value. But if I need to do more sophisticated audio processing, I tend to use another program like Adobe Audition, Sony SoundForge, programs like that. Indeed, After Effects itself is not a great audio program, but what After Effects is good at is allowing you to coordinate your visuals to go along with audio. That's what we'll tackle in the next couple movies.